Ryan Ogam, thank you so much for joining us on Sport On. I can see now you're in your club colors. Wakabi, that tells you that we need to be reminded where all this talent was able to be identified. And also we have the chairman of Tusker FC, Mr. Charles Gasheru. Thank you so much for joining us on Sport On.
Thank you.
And I want to start with Ryan Ogam. Wakabi said something. No one would have expected that this tournament would be the way it would have been. I remember in the beginning when the Harambee Stars, you guys were training, preparing for Chan. Did you expect mtafika hapa? Did you expect that this is how this tournament is going to be?
First of all, thank you. It's a pleasure being here. For me as an individual, I didn't expect the atmosphere and what the Chan brought about, because when the draw was made, I think people said we were in the group of death. Mm-hmm. So for us, we knew, it was going to be tough. But again, I think when we went for camp, from the first day, I think the coach he instilled belief in us, because he said they are 11 in the pitch, we are 11. So whatever outcomes, whatever comes after the game, it's all about us. So I think for us it was just about belief, about putting in the work, and the rest we left it to God.
Look, people have spoken a lot about Coach Benny McCarthy. How did he manage to make you guys believe?
For me, I'd say, first of all, as a group, I wouldn't say it was a group. I would say it was a family. It was a family first, then a football team, because of the unity we had, the brotherhood, the teamwork, and all of that. So there was his part in instilling belief in us. Then there was our part of believing that we can achieve it, we can do it in our home soil, and we can perform together as a team and bring the results. And I think that is what we did for the matches, the group stages, and unfortunately we abandoned a lot in the quarterfinals. But it was a good learning curve, and I think from there we'll regroup for the next two matches coming, and we'll be better.
Ryan, before the tournament started, NTV did a story on you. They spoke about the next star. And Benny McCarthy himself said, Ryan is our next Michael Olunga. Was that pressure? Was that motivation? Was that inspiration? The fact that the coach, who's a proper striker in his days, is able to say, Ryan is our next big thing.
For me, when I saw the interview, I think it was pressure for me, but also it was inspiration.
Yes.
Because you see, fitting in the shoes of our skipper, Michael Olunga, that's a big task. But it's achievable for me. Provided we have the coach of Benny's caliber, being a striker himself, and seeing what he achieved in his playing days. For me, I'd say he's helping me a lot. In camp, in everything, he's coaching me how to do things, because it's a new role for me. I was playing as a midfielder before. I just switched this season, and I think he's helping me a lot in terms of movement each and every day.
Actually, Wakabi, we can actually allow us now to move on. Just staying with that point he's mentioned there. Charles, he was a defensive midfielder before at Rainbow FC, then he moved to Tusker FC. Then Charles Okere said, no, I think we can shift him to a different position. It's interesting how things have panned out. They became one of our key hitmen for the national football team.
Yeah, I think, you know, we've got to thank Charles Okere, first of all, for spotting the talent and bringing it to Tusker, and then spending time to actually observe the player, and not just Ryan. Very many other players that he's moved around from one position to another. And you know, he struck gold with Ryan and got Ryan into a striking position. And first half of the season, you know, he was just reminding me, you know, he only played for us for half a season, because the next half, unfortunately, he was injured. I think 15 goals in 16 games. You know, so, and then comes Chan, you know, and it's a blessing, and he shines at Chan. Deadly left foot. I think we need to train him to also play with the right foot. But, you know, the sidestep and the crisp finish. But yeah, I think, you know, he's spoken about Benny. I'll speak about Okere. I think another coaches in Kenya. I remember sending a message to Mondo and saying, you know, well done, you know, with Tunique, the TM, you know, just encouraging them and telling them, you know, we are watching and we are happy with what you're doing with the team. So when he speaks about our family, I get it. You know, so when I go to task and they're training, you can see, yeah, okay, sometimes it's hard and pushing, but you can see the coaches really trying to nurture the players and getting them to do their best. And I think that's what a guy of Benny McCarthy's caliber has been able to do.
Yep.
Is just getting the best out of the players. I was speaking to Kibwage when we were hosted for lunch by His Excellency, and I was speaking to Kibwage. First of all, I was like, you know, why did you leave us? You know, and you can see our players are doing great things. But I mean, Kibwage is a great player, or Rambo, you know, really good players. And I was speaking to Kibwage at lunch, and I said, you know, how was your experience? And he spoke about the coach. He spoke about the training system, the method, and how they knew 2 days before exactly who was going to start. And when they went to warm up and to train, everybody was training in the role that they were going to say. So it's not haphazard, it's structured. And I think, I don't know what you know, the contracts of our coaches say, but I don't know whether Benny McCarthy can also hold some workshops for our Premier League and NSL and Women League coaches to also improve them. Because we will not get the next Ryans and the next Olungas and the next Henry Majors unless we have the people who can spot them and develop them and get them believing they can actually become the next big thing. I think that's key.
Ryan, let's talk about, you make your debut, first game, you know, yeah, Kenya does well, Austin scores, we're okay. Second game, Kenya does well, it's a bit complicated, red card, 1-1, okay. Then we get to Morocco. Then we get to, that's the game that was in the news for all the right reasons and the wrong reasons. 70,000 fans, some say. First of all, how was the energy in that game? And then just talk to us about scoring that goal and how it feels when you put that ball in the back of the net.
Zambia?
No, Morocco. I'm starting with Morocco. Because that's the game. That's the game where all of us were like, Morocco are too good for us. Coach has made 6 changes. I don't know how many. And then you score that goal. Stadium goes crazy. What's the feeling like?
The atmosphere was incredible. For me, coming to the first game, to the second game, the first game I was very anxious. And I was playing, I think, out of position, but I wouldn't really say that because I've played there before Pia. So scoring that goal in that moment for me, it was great because we needed that goal, we needed that win on that particular day. And I think for me, I had pressured myself that on that day I should score because it was 2 games gone and I hadn't scored. And then the moment came and yeah, I just put the ball back into the net and it was a great feeling because I think I had talked to my mom and he had prayed for me and he wanted me to score. So it was
your mom's prayers.
Yeah, my mom's prayers. Yeah. So it was also a good reward for her. And I think everyone was happy about that.
When you get the ball and you shift to create space, is it something you've trained, is it something you've planned, or is it instinctive? What goes in through there? You know, all boys grow up wanting to score goals, so we want to find, what, is it just an instinctive move, like let me shift it and shoot?
Yeah, I would say it was an instinct. After I got the ball, because the player, Ben Stanley, was supposed to pass to me the ball before, but then he took a shot and it came back to me. So I just saw the defenders, they were coming to me, so I just decided that I should move the ball to where they were coming from, then I just take a shot.
So this is the first goal. Let's come to Zambia. I was in the stadium for Zambia. We were very anxious because Morocco are destroying DRC in the other game. We wanted to be here for the quarterfinals. And then this time Moshiri finds you with the pass and you score. The celebration then I think was bigger than the Morocco.
Yeah, the celebration was bigger. Yeah, that game was important for us, but it was a difficult game. From the start of the game, we were dominating the play, doing everything, but we were not scoring. So going into the dressing room after the first half, Coach Benny was so harsh on us because he was saying that we're just playing for the sake. We're not going forward, we're not creating chances. So we had to score because he told us in the next 10 minutes, if you're not scoring, all the attackers bench. So it was pressure on us, And that moment was, I think it was the best moment for me in my in the tournament, in my career. Mushiri found me in the box, and for me, before he made the pass, I just thought that if he gives me the pass, I should just turn and shoot. And I think that was what I did. And yeah, we at the end of the day, we won the game through what do you say, a slight margin. But yeah,
a win is a win.
Yeah, a win is a win.
It's a win. You take the win.
You take the win, absolutely. So allow us to take a very short break on sport and we continue the conversation reflecting on the African Nations Championship with Ryan Ogam. Of course, he played a very key role for the national football team Harambee Stars, as well as the chairman of Tusker FC, Charles Gasheru. We continue the conversation on sport on shortly after this small interlude. This is the second half of Sport On, and thank you so much for joining us, Wakabi, because, you know, it feels very footballish.
Yeah.
So it's second half. We've gone for halftime break, water break. We
Machungwa
got
kidogo hivi.
dogo, some electrolytes. You know, I'm just saying my own things. I don't even know if that's
No,
what
yeah,
they
it's
do.
true. It's electrolytes.
Yeah, so that then just do a take stock of the
And
first half.
tactical switches,
Yes.
like Coach Benny McCarthy.
Yeah.
Ryan, you spoke about your mom praying for you. Tell us a bit about the support you get from your family, because your father played football in this country. He's got a rich football history of its own. How does that come into the building of Ryan Ogam?
Yeah, I'm very big on family, so because they've been there for me since I started this journey. So my mom, my dad, they are very prayerful. Same to my grandmother, my grandfather. They have always prayed for me since the start of CHAN till the end, and they're still praying for me every time. So every day before the match, I will call my grandmother. She will pray for me. My mother, she will pray for me. My dad. So for me, that was a big motivation. And again, my family, considering my dad played football here in Kenya, has played for a number of clubs: Nairobi City Stars, Gor Mahia, Mahakama FC. He has been very supportive with the advices, with the steps that I've had to make. He has been there directing me on what to do, how to do it. And I have to say that they're my greatest support system. My sisters, my girlfriend, my brother. When I play for them first, then for the rest of my community.
And Ryan, obviously another factor that was motivating you guys, obviously, was a certain number. Nukta tano milioni. That factor as well, because it gives you that push to some extent if you think about it at face value.
Yeah, it was a great motivation from His Excellency the President. And first of all, I would like to thank the government for that, because it really pushed us at some point. Because when you think that if you play after 90 minutes, you will be a millionaire, then you'll really play for it. So for us, it was about the nation, about us getting the win, then the money will come after. Yeah.
How did you handle that attention post CHAN? Like, because you can imagine you're walking the streets of Nairobi, because you had a bit of a break.
Yeah.
How did you handle that? Because you can imagine, we know you from Tusker, but now you played for the national football team, and then now you're one of the key players for the team at CHAN. How was crazy was it? Like,
We know how much money you've been
exactly.
given.
That's what
We are not guessing. We know how much.
How did you handle that? Like your WhatsApp, your social media pages. How was it?
It was a little bit hectic, but we just had to manage it. For me, I'd say I'd go somewhere maybe.
What do you mean manage? How did you manage it?
You just if you encounter with someone, you'll say, we know you're a millionaire, so you have to send them at least something. So maybe you'll give them something just to finish the conversation or something. Yeah, because if you leave them, they'll say, this guy is stingy and all that. So some will say that, and maybe some we wouldn't care that much. But to some,
some are also appreciating what you guys did. How did you handle that? Because you're going somewhere, you're moving on with your life briefly because you had a bit of a break.
It was a great feeling considering what we did for your nation. When we were in camp, we were told that what you did you'll not feel here. When you go outside, then you'll see that what you did was great. And for me, I think I've encountered that. I'm still encountering, because when you go, somebody tells you, you did us proud. And I think it's a great feeling, and I would like to do it again and again.
Final question on this money thing. I promise you will not talk about that before. Mushiri spoke about his mom and what the money is going to help him. Do you have something in particular you feel this I am going to address using this life-changing prize money?
Yeah, for me, I'd say I have a lot of things in mind. First, for my parents, change their lives, I think, boost them in their businesses. Then I think my mom taught me that whatever little you get, I think we should share with the orphans, the widow and the widowers. For me, I think it's something that I'm looking forward to do.
Fantastic. Mr. Charles Gasheru, you've been in this business this sports business for a while. What did that promise of $1 million bob per win do to this team?
Well, I didn't play in the team, as you know.
Yes.
So I didn't receive 1 million, so I really can't comment.
Yeah.
But I'd just like to say, sitting here listening to Ryan speaking about, what he wants to do with the 5 million, really makes me proud, just to listen to him talk about orphans and widows and so on. And I can testify that, during that break, he actually went shags to visit the grandmom, because I speak to the father almost on a daily basis, Turam. Do you know, by the way, if Turam is the one who used to wear number 15, which Ryan wears?
Oh, nice. We had that question.
We wanted to figure out
why does he wear 15?
He wears 15 because of the number that his father used to wear, David. So, it really makes me proud to be sitting next to Ryan and hearing him speak wisdom, really. Because money can do bad things. Money can do great things. When it lands in your hands and, it creates a shock effect to your bank account, you can start doing funny things. But listening to him, listening to Mushiri, I saw a lot of people saying, you can invest the money. Of course you can invest the money. But I can invest the money in a house for my mother. I don't know what greater investment there is than that. I don't care whether you're getting 20% in the bank. Your mother, the smiles, and, she'll host her friends and host people there. I was in the stands when Ryan was scoring, and everybody's jumping up and down, and I'm just calm. And I remember a lady next to me asking, you don't support Harambee or Ryan? So I opened my phone and I showed them the picture of me and Ryan. Of course, I have 100 of them. Yes. And I was like, that's my player, Yes. And the lady was like, Allah. So you've made us proud, it's really, really, really an awesome thing, the man is great, the ministry, the leadership of His Excellency, the President, the Ministry of Sports, what they've done. You asked earlier in the show, how do we build on?
Yep.
I think for me, the most important guy in all this, Chan, was the fans. The fans came out in such huge numbers. It was unbelievable. Yes, we had that one incident, then we were banned kidogo. But, I was speaking to some guys in CAF and I was telling them, really, Kenyans have actually demonstrated the reason why we are the proper hosts for such an event. I mean, our neighboring countries, Tanzania, our brothers who we keep bantering with, also did a good job, same as Uganda. But I can assure you that by the time AFCON is coming round, it will be a different story. What I would wish to see from the fans is between now and AFCON, we have got Ryan, and well, Ryan may not be playing in the league, but I'm not going to talk too much about that. Yeah. But you've got Austin, you've got Kibwage, you've got Rambo, you've got Momanya, Tusker, you've got all these guys still playing in the Premier League. Come and watch them. Come and support them. Come and buy your ticket for 100 shillings. It will support the clubs to be able to pay their players.
You are a marketer by profession, Charles. How does local football take advantage of this feel-good factor, this wave where the tickets for Friday's game are sold out, VVIP to the terraces? How do we convert this into a more long-term thing?
Yeah, it's been a question on our mind since game one. How do we get 20% of this crowd arriving for the Tusker versus Shabana game? I mean, we've already seen it at Gusii Stadium, okay? So how do we sit at Nyayo? How do we sit at Kasarani? We've got our fields back now. They may take a bit of time to recover, but we've got them there. Machakos, we play in Machakos. And I keep asking myself, why are the people of Machakos? Why are they not coming to watch us play? Why are they not coming to watch Ryan? Everybody in the country right now is celebrating Ryan. But when he was playing in Machakos for 100 bob and scoring the same goals game after game after game, we were playing to a, you know, you can hear the ball. You know, when you're in a stadium and you can hear the ball and you can hear
the coaches
then you know you're in a, you've got 50 guys and 49 are journalists. But you know, so we really, I think, need to appeal. But also as marketers, as clubs, we need to create the atmosphere. Everybody came to Kasarani knowing they were safe. There would be no, I wouldn't be mugged. There wouldn't be a riot. So I think, you know, the Minister of Interior did a great job with security. Maybe they need to put a similar amount of security for the Premier League games, especially the high friction ones, so that again people can feel safe and bring their kids and bring their families and watch football again. Because people want the entertainment. I think they just need to feel safe and secure and value for money.
Okabi, just looking at the feedback before you ask the next question, is this is somebody who's watching on social media. Elitson says, Ogam, very calm, very humble, eloquent, he's going to go far. We have also Hannah Wanjiko, and he say, hello, anasema habari yako. Tell him we represent the team very well, and congratulations. This is, I think, is a page, social media page. It's called Kenya Circle. Says, that's a very key player. He did wonders at Kasarani. God grant him more lives to become the best.
So clearly you can see, Ryan, people already think very highly of you because of what you did, your achievements in the last month. From what they are saying there, what do you think is your next step? What do you have to do so that you can fulfill that promise, the next Michael Olunga?
As I had said, I think there's more work to do because Chan now has passed. There's a new step, there's a new focus in the 2 games ahead. So for me, I think I just had to push more. And for me, my job is to score goals. So I say in these 2 games, I'd like to score goals so that they'll not just remember me for Chan, but also for the games ahead.
Charles, what are some of the areas you think Ryan can improve on? Because like you're saying, really young, half a season, 15 goals, 2 goals for Harambee Stars in Chan. What are those areas you think this young man can improve here, here, here?
I don't know that I can say what he can improve
From you seeing, yes, from you as a fan.
Me, I'm just in awe.
Can
You are
I-
just happy.
But let me say one thing.
Yes.
I think the next level for Ryan is to be able to put him in a place where the level is more demanding, where the level of instruction, I mean, no disrespect to our coaches, but to immerse him in an environment that now challenges him, where he meets stronger defenders, faster strikers, where the surface is as fast as you've never seen, you know, so that the best in him can come out. So I think the next stage is to send him off to a market where he can meet a totally different level of football.
Charles, I like how you've packaged this. Without necessarily going into the specifics. But there's been a lot of talk on social media. Just clarify, I know, of course, conversations are there.
We can actually put it this way. There was a picture of, you know, where the chief recruiter for Kogalo is.
Yes,
there were pictures there. And then we had stories about Algeria. Then we had stories about Europe. There's a lot, let's just say, there's a lot of interest where he is concerned.
No, there is interest. Since Ryan became Ryan, my phone is blowing up with all manner of agents, sending me all manner of offers. One of the things we've done is, Ryan will tell you that throughout the Chan period, all I did was to send him messages of, you know, wishing him well. I never discussed any football contracts at all. I did that with his father, David. And we met often and we formed a team. And we said, what is best for Ryan? So as a club and as Ryan's family. So we sat down together and we've walked that journey over the last sort of 2 weeks. And we've arrived at a destination which we believe is the best destination for Ryan to get to the next level of being the best striker he can ever be.
Are you excited, Ryan? Are you looking forward? Are you looking forward to the next step? How excited are you? Because clearly there's a bigger step coming.
Yeah. As the chairman has said, We have arrived at our destination. And for me, right now I'd say I'll focus on the 2 games.
Yeah.
Right.
Then after the 2 games, I think it will be out where my next step will be.
Yeah.
Let's pivot a bit because Wakabi, we're talking about transfers and
Yeah.
Tusker FC has been very, very busy. So we're going to have some animations and graphics just to get you a sense of the players that the team has been able to get. So let's have that on the screen shortly, Wakabi. And they have been in the market, Wakabi. This is one of the players that they have signed at Tusker FC. Wakabi just tells you that they're shoring up. They want to go back to where they were expected to be. Because Wakabi, this is a team, the last time they won was in 2021.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brandon Obiero. We have Brandon Obiero joining the team. We
Yeah.
also have this other player joining as well, Wakabi.
Yes, that would be Eugene
That
Ikutwa.
probably our latest signing, actually.
Yes, I like his name. Ikutwa is a good name.
We have this, I think, is Issa
Issa Lumumba.
Yes.
And Lumumba is one of the more popular names around this part of the
Some more
world.
players you can see there.
Curtis Wekesa. Curtis Wekesa is been around the league for a fair few years. He's one of those guys who've been around for a while.
And of course, this legend, Wakabi, Eric Kapaito.
Yes,
He's back. He's back.
He's back. He made a name with them. Then he's gone round the block, and then he's back home.
He's back
Let's see
home.
whether he can regain that scoring touch. So yeah, so like you're saying, Bernard, that is 9. Tusker FC has 9 new players. Charles, it's something that always amazes me. Kenyan football, we are very big at. We release 10, we sign 9, and it's with most teams. What does this tell you, your list? What does it say about the following season?
I could be very critical of ourselves, but I'll tell you what the overall strategy at Tusker is.
Yes.
Is to provide a platform where players can come and showcase themselves the best they can be. We gave that platform to Kapaito. He went, provided to people like Kibwage. We've provided to many others.
Yeah, Major.
Yeah, Henry Major went to AAK, and we've provided it to RAN. So the club is committed to providing a platform for, talent to stand tall, and be seen. So I could be critical of saying, okay, 9 new players out of 30, but remember we have 30 spots, okay? What we are trying to do at Tusker is also use our youth team. So you've got a guy like Pole Pole, who is coming in hot. When Ryan got injured, it's Pole Pole who actually stepped in. I think he got a little bit excited and got injured quickly.
This is actual name. Is it Pole Pole?
I'm very poor sometimes on the players' names, but it's Pole Pole. Yes. He's a great young man, and I really, again, we are there to create, Tusker FC is there to create a platform for this talent,
right.
to shine and to go. Pole Pole, I think, will be hot on the heels of Ryan to actually move abroad, I think. Harambee. We got Harambee from a 2nd division team. He's calm. He's a Harambee Stars player.
Lovely player.
Yeah, I mean, sorry about the red card.
Yeah,
but it was necessary. but so the signings are always, we've tried to be strategic. We're using technology. We're using Catapult. It's probably the only team in the league that's using.
What's Catapult for people who don't know?
Well, we use the pods that you saw Harambee Stars, almost every team at Chanwari. So we have the GPS pods that monitor how much you run, how you play, impact, and so on. We monitor 43 metrics for every player. So it's able to tell us who's performing well, who's not performing well, where they can improve, and so on. So we are led by science. Yeah, we're using the same technology for Chapadimba. For someone like Duncan O'Mala, when his stats came out, people couldn't believe it. At Chapadimba. So we have to plug in tech. We have to provide the platform as Tusker FC to showcase the next talent. But we have to be more structured. We have to say, how do we recruit guys from 18, 19 years. Tusker, we are a bit restricted in terms of age. But, the mighty Kogalo has got to be leading the way in terms of their youth team, has got to be out of the world. Their women's team, AFC Leopards, Shabana has got a hell of a following, my good friend Jared in Kisii. So they've got to start recruiting from their area and recruiting the young talent and getting the talent up. I would like to see teams in Machakos and Meru and Mombasa. Tawfiq Balala is now, he used to criticize us for being corporate teams. Now he's the chairman of Bandari. He's now the chair of Bandari. So, but you see, the Coast Province, how do we get those young kids? Because they've seen Ryan. They're dreaming of being Ryan.
Yes.
How do they get there? We've got to provide the platforms.
Indeed. Now, Okami, there's somebody who played a very critical role as well in the journey of Ryan Ogam, and that is Arnold Origi. I interacted with him briefly. We came to realize that he's Ryan Ogam's godfather. So let's hear what he had to say regarding the hitman.
I left Kenya when he was still a baby, so I never saw him play football. But I'm his godfather. His dad is my best mate. He's my schoolmate from Form 1 to Form 4. He was like the bad cop. You know, he was a prefect. He was the one actually. He would help me Skype school to go train. So we was close. So that's how I became Ryan's godfather. And that day was the first time I got to saw him. And from day one, you could see like he was a talent. Of course, there was Sigmund and there was Andres. Those three they stood out. What I'm proud of is the humility. So the commitment and drive to become better and to improve each and every day. You know, the first time we was together at the Mapinduzi Cup, and after each and every game we would sit down and do some video analysis, and he would listen and he would try to implement the things that we've talked about during the video meetings.
Some very passionate sentiments there, Wakabi. You can see, just repeating everything we've been saying, the level of humility.
Yes, the level of humility. It maybe explains why he's so well-rounded, because anyone who knows Arnold knows how rounded a person he is, like the whole personality is something else. And anyone who knows Arnold knows the late father Austin Odor, because he was a straight man, and you had to, and I also understand why Ogam sits upright, you know. He cannot run away from it. And something else that I saw there right in between, and may have skipped many people, is what was Ryan wearing? Maisa. What is Arnold? Maisa. I know I sing this song and it's a broken record, but the impact that Maisa has had in Kenyan football is incredible. Because when you see that picture, how old were you there, Ryan? Can you even remember?
Yeah, 13, I think.
Think about it.
Yeah.
So at age 13, someone had seen there's something here. 7 years later, superstar.
Yeah.
So there's something about just that MISA program and what it used to do. And it's a pity that it's no longer as impactful as it used to be, because perfect example.
Charles, obviously just ties into what you were saying. Having that level of force, having grassroots being used as a platform to nurture such talent. How do we still just think to what Wakabi said, how do you maintain that momentum going forward? Because if you think about it, Chan is done. We're going back to the league in the next few weeks. Of course, there's international assignments, but how do you look at these grassroots levels and think of how can we have more of this at different levels so that we're able to nurture more talent?
No, I mean, I've listened to Hussein, you know, talk about some initiatives that they want to do. I know Hussein is, they're quite focused on grassroots, and they're going to do something. And I think they want to bring the corporates together, because you've got, you know, people like Safaricom who do quite a huge talent funnel. But, you know, maybe we just need to find a way to progress it. You know, it's got to be something that's done consistently. So you've got people like Coca-Cola used to do copper. You've got hundreds of guys around the country doing their own small little things. I visited the French FA, I think, last year. And every young child who becomes a footballer, wants to be a footballer, is given a number. And they start monitoring him and following him and tracking the progress. So you can imagine all these young French kids all over the country have a number, and someone is just monitoring them and checking them. And even when you come to transfer, and when you come talking about training compensation and talking about solidarity, it's very easy to actually trace where did the guy come from, what was his journey. So if you have Benzema, then you can go back and find out, how did Benzema become Benzema? Here it's happenstance. You know, we are lucky, we are there. Ryan is playing against somebody with a team, Kakamega is playing Musingu. Hey, we see the kid. Happenstance.
Happy
So
accidents.
how many of those Ryans are just falling through the cracks and missing the opportunities to be scouted? We need tech. Now it's expensive, not very, but with AI it's getting cheaper and cheaper. So maybe look at the school games. You go to the school games, they have more fans than the Premier League. The talent is there. You played for Dago. What did you call Dago?
Ditches.
Yeah, he played for Kakamega, and then Ditches. You call it Ditches.
The nickname for Dago High School.
But you've got to have that platform. You've got to have somebody with eyes. We've got to have training. We've got to have scouts who are looking and finding the talent. Where are the centers where we can then put that talent?
What I'm getting from is that we need to have a very clear football philosophy in Kenya.
We must. We must. I mean, the philosophy in Europe, it doesn't matter. If you're in Man U, they recruit from Manchester. The youth teams, you must be living within.
Yep.
I went to Lyon, same thing. You must recruit from there. So that every child in that area is given a chance. And the reason they do that also, Ryan spoke about family, they want you to go to the academy and go home. Yep. They don't want you to go to the academy 500 kilometers away where you're now not with your mother or you're not with your father who is giving you real instilling discipline, things that they can't do for you in the pitch. I think Kenya has got everything. We've got great schools. Maybe they need a bit of support to get the software. You know, the pitches may not be the best, but if you have the right software, you have the right coaches, the CAF A's, the CAF B's, with the proper skill set. And that's what I was saying. You know, people like Benny McCarthy, before he leaves us, I don't know in how many years, how does he impact our coaching? So I think, you know, I'll leave it to guys like Hussein. We are there to support, to create the structures that are required to find the 5-year-olds, the 6-year-olds, the 7-year-olds, the 8-year-olds, the girls. You know, I've seen Chan, and I was saying, why the girls? Where are our girls? You know, where are they? They've performed very well. World Cup qualification. I think there was one time we were like a heartbeat away of AFCON.
Yes.
Qualification of WAFCON.
Yep.
You know, where are the girls? You know, I went to visit a team once in Kibera for girls. You know, you live there in tears. This talent is just wasting. And then you go and watch Chelsea playing Arsenal girls, and you're like, my God.
This is where we want to
And the opportunities are there. And the opportunities for girls, by the way, are less competitive than for boys. Anyway, I could speak on and on about that, but I think we really must find the talent, nurture it, give it platforms.
Can I ask you an age-old question, which is, Tusker is Kenya's second most successful club in terms of league titles, done very well, gotten to a final of a
Why do I feel
continental
it's a trick
championship.
question?
No, it's an age-old question, and if I don't ask you, people think we are going easy on you. How do you increase the fan base of Tusker? How do you make it how do you get it to have 5% of the crowd that was showing up at Kasarani?
I think the easy answer to that is what we did a few years ago with Meru. So sort of go and find a home. So go to Machakos and be based there. And when we started sort of managing Tusker FC, I thought, let's go back to Meru straight away.
Yep.
And then you start thinking, that means you've got to move your entire squad to actually go and live in Meru. So we can't be away when we are home. We can't be on the road with Gor Mahia, all going to play in Meru. You know, they've got to be finding us at Meru.
Ready.
Then you need to start recruiting in Meru, so that you're actually playing with, you know, guys who the crowd can identify. And whatever. So wherever you go and base yourself, I keep asking the same question. I'm not deflecting. Why Gor Mahia doesn't play out of Kisumu? You know, but I think eventually, to grow the fan base is two things. That's one thing. Maybe we find a home where we say this is home. And then entertainment. People want a place they can come and watch great football. I mean, I would like to hold on to Ryan because I'm sure the next Tusker game everyone will come. Unfortunately, we both agree that we pat him on the back and wish him well and say, you know, we'll watch you on TV.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that when you create the talent and people want to come and watch the talent. So yes, Tusker FC, probably those two strategies. We keep mulling over it with the owners of the club, who is obviously Kenya Breweries. It's something we desire, that we have to build a better fan base for people to come. I think over the last 2 seasons, we've not done too badly. I think I've seen fans show up at Machakos quite well. Most Joes, shout out to him. I mean, they do a good job. Yeah, they really come and support the team. Yeah.
Ryan, we want to understand you more a bit. It's slightly different. Like, what do you watch other sports? What do you enjoy doing? Like before pre-game, would you have a pre-game routine you like doing? Music, or is it? You spoke about prayer. Is it something that you factor in as well? What do you do?
Yeah, I'd say prayer and music. Yeah.
What's the song?
I listen to Black Sheriff, a Ghanaian artist. Yeah, so I think his songs really motivates me, because when you look at him, he's a person that came from humble beginnings,
right,
to where he is now. I think he's a great artist and a great inspiration.
So you listen to the music and then you pray. Do you watch other sports?
Yeah, I do. I watch rugby. I watch what do you call? I watch tennis.
Coco Gauff is playing
yeah,
right
and,
now. Coco Gauff and Naomi.
Yes.
And a little bit of basketball.
So you like basketball as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite food?
Chapati.
Chapati.
Yeah.
Ah, my man. But you are my man now. I tell him all the time.
Let me ask you, I hope the nutritionist is not listening. This is just for
entertainment
purposes.
Yeah.
Chapati ngapi?
Like 6, 7.
Oh, wow. If I eat 6 or 7, this t-shirt will not fit.
That alone is good. Can I tell you something about Ryan? This is thanks to Michael Kiro. You know
Yes.
Kiro, our man at Nation downstairs, Superman. So what hand do you use to write?
Right hand.
You're right-handed,
Yeah.
but you're left-footed.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is called, Bernard?
Yes.
It's called cross-dominance
So
or mixed laterality.
so you're using one hand.
You are right-handed,
Yes.
but you're left-footed.
You're left-footed.
That means cross-dominance or mixed laterality.
Wow.
Okay.
We learn something every day.
Mixed.
From lateral,
Yes.
then add ITY. You know my English is not...
Yes, hapo nikijaribu I will.
Yeah.
I will
But I
say-
just thought it's a very unique thing because
Yeah.
I've seen that with a few people. Rio Ferdinand, for example, writes left-handed, was right-footed.
Yes.
So when you asked him, I thought, that's an interesting
Yes.
thing about him. That and the Jersey 15, I think.
Yes. Charles, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Ryan,
you.
once again, we appreciate you making time to join us on Sport, and all the best in your game this weekend
Thank you.
against the Gambia and the Seychelles. And Wakabi, just reflecting and thinking of that, how Chan has been able to just inspire that level of positivity. I just hope it continues on until 2027.
Two things. One, Harambee Stars must continue doing well. And the key thing to Harambee Stars doing well is Benny McCarthy must be tied to this country. We must not let him even go on holiday. He has to stay here. Because I think he's a big reason why the team has been the way it is. So he has to stay here. Harambee Stars has continued playing well. People love Harambee Stars. When we played Gabon, the day the Safari Rally ended, the crowd at Nyayo was ridiculous. So people want to watch football. If the results are good, if Ryan continues scoring goals, they will come out. So that is the one thing we have got to do. And then the league has got to piggyback on that.
Right.
So it's a case of us building on it and building. We have to find a way to sustain this wave, because 27 is 2 years away. And I will quote Martin Curry last week when he spoke about ticketing, and he said, Kenyans like big events. Kenyans are big event people. The football has to become a big event thing throughout for the next 2 years.